how much do you expect to take home if you do $100,000 in sales? So I recently shared that one of our customers is doing $100,000 in sales from their food truck. They're on pace to do 150, but to make the math easy, we're going to say you're going to do 100,000. 100,000 in sales. The first two items, the most important items in cost that are going to go out the door are going to be cost of goods sold. And in a food truck business, depending on your menu and how premium your product is, your food cost should never exceed 30%. So we're going to use 30%. Out of the 100,000, $30,000 just went out the door in cost of goods sold. Then comes labor. The benefit of a food truck is you're your own laborer. You work in your food truck unless you have a team that works with you. And I know you probably can't do it alone, so you're probably paying somebody. Rule of thumb is you should not pay more than 30% of your sales in labor. And this you can measure weekly, monthly, annually, etc. To make the math easy, we're going to max it out at 30%. This could mean that you're paying yourself 30% of your sales in labor as a W-2. So that's $30,000 a month that somebody is paying themselves. But no, you're probably going to need some help. You got a team that's helping you. Below that, this is what you call the prime cost. Those are the two most important line items of any restaurant or food trucks especially. So before you even paid your rent, your utilities, everything else, $60,000 went out the door to pay cost of goods sold and labor. Out of your operational expenses, we're going to make some assumptions here. You're paying rent. Rent should never be more than 8% of your sales at any given time. So if you're paying $8,000 in rent in your food truck, you're probably doing really, really well, and you're in a high-paced environment. That's a lot of money. But to make the math easy, I'm going to say it's 4% because I think $4,000 in rent for a food truck is high. But if somebody finds out you're doing $100,000, they might increase it on you. So don't share that info. Then you got marketing. You know, this is probably an indirect cost, and it fluctuates, but 5%, 3 to 5% of sales is probably ideal. Let's go with 5%. So you're spending $5,000 a month to generate $100,000 in sales, and I'm pretty sure that could happen. So you got about $9,000 right now out the door, close to $69,000, $70,000. Then you have utilities, and for the food truck, could be a bunch of things: propane, electrical, water, commissary, etc. Let's call that $2,000 a month. Let's go, besides utilities, what else is there? Fuel, if you move around a lot. If you don't, then you probably don't have fuel costs. Not the propane, but the fuel. And then we have, maybe you're paying a note for your food truck or trailer. That will go here. So only the interest portion goes on your profit and loss sheet. The other portion goes on your balance sheet. But to make the math easy, to know how much money you're taking home, we're going to use the entire monthly note. If it's a capital lease, then it's 100% write-off. If it's a loan with interest and principal payments, then principal goes on the balance sheet, interest goes on the P&L. But let's call it $3,000. At $100,000 a month, we'll call it $3,000. So right now, insurance is a good big one right now. Let's call it $1,000 a month, and then include any unforeseen things that might happen. Let's call it $2,000 for anything else. I think that's it. Those are that's the big items right there. And if you think of something, make sure you put them in the comments. But right now you got $60,000 going out in labor and food cost. Then you got 9, 11, 14, 15, 17,000 going out in operational expenses for a total of $77,000 in costs on a monthly basis. 100,000 minus 77,000 is a total of $23,000. That is your net profit if you do 100,000. Multiply that times 12, and what do you get? I'm not that good at math, but you know, times 10 is 230, plus 24 is 254. $254,000 a year in net profit out of $100,000 a month, 1.2 million a year, 254 net. Sounds like a food truck might be a good idea. Let's go.